morning, Asbury. I'm Addie Smith, Newswatch3 anchor, here to give you your weekly campus update this Tuesday, March 1st. As midterms approach, another Asbury theater production is underway. Reporter Haley Anderson is giving you the scoop on Softly's Elektra. Good morning, Haley.
Good morning, Addie, and good morning, Asbury. I'm coming to you live from the Great House Theater because Asbury's theater department is going to be presenting an ancient classic with a modern twist known as Sophocles' Elektra. Unfortunately, some of the cast members got COVID, so they had to reschedule opening night to tonight, March 1st. They're really looking forward to showcasing their performance because they have been working tirelessly to finish it. Lucy Bryson has a behind the scene of the performance.
Asbury's production of Elektra is finally here.
It's so much beyond just the story, but everyone has personalities, and just seeing what everyone has brought to these roles is so impressive.
I mean, it's a great story. It's a really great show. We have the best team, all of our actors and our directors, our designers. It's really beautiful and powerful.
Despite a few bumps in the road, the theater department is welcoming its show to the Black Box Theater this weekend.
Mounting a live theater production in a pandemic is crazy. It's just crazy.
After having to reschedule opening night due to some COVID-19 outbreaks among the cast, the full cast is healthy and ready to put on a show.
For me, I was out of rehearsal for over a week, and I didn't realize how much it was needed to do it every night, because all of a sudden when I didn't do it for a week and a half, coming back into it was so difficult. But I've come into it, I think, with a new appreciation for it.
I feel like it has helped in some ways, like giving a little bit more time just to process the material, and it's helped me remember the date because our first night is on March 1st. But I also feel like it's been difficult to come back into it and be going right into a show.
There are multiple different ways to see Asbury's Elektra. Performances of the show will be in person and live stream on March 1st through the 5th, and tickets are on sale now.
As a story, it's just still applicable even over 2,000 years in the future, because those raw parts of humanity are still there.
I'm just proud of my cast. They've done such hard work all the way up to there that I felt like they had stuff to work on when we had the gap.
In Wilmore, Lucy Bryson, Newswatch3.
If you would like to still go see their performance, tickets can be purchased online at Theater's Department Instagram. There's a link in the bio, so feel free to click on that. For Newswatch3, I'm Haley Anderson. Back to you, Addie.
Thanks, Haley. In national news today, with an invasion of Ukraine underway, President Biden has announced additional harsh sanctions against Russia, targeting more of Russia's banks and elites. The sanctions sent the Russian stock market and currency plunging. CNN's Isabel Rosales reports.
Lights out as darkness falls over Lviv in western Ukraine. The silence, an eerie contrast to a day marked by sirens and explosions as Russia launched a large-scale invasion.
This is a dangerous moment for all of Europe.
Back home, President Joe Biden following through on his promise to impose crushing economic sanctions, including blocking 4 major Russian banks from the U.S. financial system.
Some of the most powerful impacts our actions will come over time as we squeeze Russians' access to finances and technology.
The Pentagon now ordering 7,000 more troops to Europe.
Our forces are not going to Europe to fight in Ukraine, but to defend our NATO allies and reassure those allies in the East.
Across Ukraine, the impacts of war felt deeply. Russian forces attacking several apartment buildings and setting a military school on fire.
You wake up in a totally new reality at 5 a.m. and you find out that the world is no longer the safe place you imagined.
As some attempt to evacuate the country, the U.S. is preparing for a potential refugee crisis.
So we are also working with European countries on what the needs are, where there is capacity.
In Washington, I'm Isabel Rosales.
Rising tensions as a campus, we are keeping all involved in our thoughts and prayers. We are living through history once again. President Biden keeps his promise on nominating the first black female Supreme Court justice. He has selected 51-year-old Ketanji Brown Jackson. She currently sits on the D.C.'s Federal Appellate Court. She's been considered the frontrunner for the vacancy since Stephen Breyer, Justice, announced his retirement. A source says she received and accepted Biden's offer during a phone call on Thursday night. Though historic, the choice of Jackson will not ideologically change the makeup of the court. It currently has 6 conservative justices and 3 liberal justices, with the retiring of Breyer in the liberal camp. Democrats currently do not need Republican help to confirm a Supreme Court justice. They can do it with their 50 votes and Vice President Kamala Harris breaking a deadlock. Sometime on Friday, President Biden will introduce Judge Jackson and she will deliver remarks. We're entering into the 3rd month of 2022 and welcoming in March with some sunny skies after a chilly February. Chief Forecaster Lucy Bryson has the latest on what the weather should be looking like on campus this week. Hey, Lucy.
Hey, Addie, and good afternoon, Asbury. Chief Forecaster here for Newswatch3, Lucy Bryson, here to give you a little bit of an update on what weather on campus is going to be looking like. Well, if you guys remember from last week, I was give you guys a better weather update than last week's snow and rain and everything cold last week that we were definitely not looking forward to if you're anything like me. And I think this week is going to be the week that we're going to be smiling and giving 2 thumbs up to the weather. But before we get into that, I wanted to share a little bit of a fun fact that I kind of have been researching and going into that I thought was really interesting. So we are 19 days away from leaving winter and finally entering into spring. So we're going to enter into spring on March the 20th, and today is March the 1st, obviously. So if you have 8 a.m.s like me and you've been waking up maybe even a little bit before your alarm to the sun shining through your window, kind of like I've been, and noticing, this didn't happen last semester or 2 weeks ago, it's because that's a little bit of a sign that we're moving into warmer weather. So when we look back into December of 2021, right when winter started, the sun was rising at about 7:30. So everything was pitch black up until 7:30. But when we look at today's sunrise, for instance, the sun starts rising at 6 a.m. and that just kind of gets earlier and earlier, so we have the sun out for longer in the days. I thought that was pretty cool, and it's a wonderful way to wake up with the sun shining through your windows. It doesn't make it feel like it's that early. But enough with that, let's get into what this week has in store for the weather. So today what we're going to be seeing, I'm standing right outside the Great House Theater right now, and as you look up into the sky, it is nice and sunny and not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful, beautiful clear day. We've got a little bit of a wind chill coming through, kind of what we've been dealing with all throughout February, that makes it seem a little bit colder, but when that wind dies down, you definitely can tell that the sun is out and spring is near. So that is always wonderful to see getting back on our beautiful campus. So tonight what we're going to be seeing is temperatures are going to be dropping down to about 48 degrees, still not too chilly, but with a little bit of a risk of that wind chill kind of coming through and making it feel a little bit colder, but it's going to be about 48 degrees tonight, and it's going to be calm after a very beautiful day. So as we move into Wednesday, the temperatures are going to be warming up even. I can't even believe that I'm saying warm this close to what we had last week, but we're going to be heating up to about 65 degrees. And believe it or not, guys, that's not even the warmest weather day this week. That's coming later into the weekend, so that definitely puts a smile on my face, makes it happy. As we move into our 4-day forecast, Thursday what we're going to be seeing is temperatures dropping just briefly. A high is going to be 53 and a low is going to be 34. Friday, we're going to be seeing similar to what we see tomorrow. So it's going to be temperatures, the high of 65 with a little bit of clouds in the sky, but still primarily sunny and feeling pretty good, and a low of 50 degrees. And here we are once we go into Saturday, finally going into that weekend, a beautiful almost 70-degree high on Saturday. The high is going to be 69 degrees with a couple clouds in the sky. But if you are looking to do anything outside this weekend, if you've got a free Saturday, make sure to spend it outdoors, because it's going to be absolutely beautiful on Saturday, and I am definitely so happy about that, if I hadn't said that already enough in this forecast already. So the high is going to be 69 and the low is going to be 59. But Sunday we're going to have a couple of thunderstorms, a little bit of showers. Of course, with Kentucky weather, you always got to have a bad day amidst a beautiful week, but I will take it with temperatures that are looking like these. Hopefully we can have a similar forecast next week that we did this week, but I sure am happy to be having this kind of weather this week. That's all I've got for you now. Asbury, back to you, Addie.
Thanks, Lucy. We can't wait for some warm weather in March. Going to celebrity news. Kim Kardashian takes legal action in an attempt to quickly bring an end to her marriage to Ye, formerly Kanye West. According to USA Today, the reality TV star filed documents in Los Angeles Superior Court Wednesday night. She is claiming Ye is now adding conditions to their marital breakup in order to delay the process. Kardashian is hoping to be declared single legally before matters like property and child custody are dealt with. Ye has been blasting Kardashian and her family on social media over the past few months, complaining that he is being excluded from his children. He has gone on long rants online and even threatened the reality star's new boyfriend. The once civil split has turned sour, forcing the Kardashians to take more serious measures. The Ukrainian people are brave, and so are their cats. At least that's what one family in Lviv is saying. As Russian forces inch closer to the country's capital, many restaurants and businesses have closed their doors. But the owners of this cat cafe say they're not leaving Ukraine. 20 cats live at this family-owned business. Fluffy, hairless, in all shapes and sizes, these friendly felines could be seen taking naps and living out their 9 lives as though Friday were just another day in Ukraine. And despite the ongoing threat from Russia, the owner and his wife say they will remain in Lviv because they love their country and they love their pets. We thank you for trusting us to give you your weekly campus news update. Make sure to tune in next week to see what's going on campus. As for now, I'm your anchor, Addie Smith, Newswatch 3. News by the students for the students. Have a good week, Asbury.